Yay Networks.
Welcome to a brand new episode of the Fitish podcast. We're back under the lights in the office, not doing it from bed this week.
Yeah, last one was a little bit of a blur.
We just had one of those weeks, you know. So much work, so much going on. You were out of town. I
was out of it.
You were out of it. There might have been a reason for that.
Yeah, like I might have had like maybe 3 hours of sleep in the last 72.
Not what I thought you were going to say, but yeah. Mm-hmm. Some of us are like better stoners than others, you know, like more chattier stoners than others.
Yeah, so I don't know in which spectrum I am.
Oh, I know. Are you asking?
Yeah.
You don't know? You want me to tell you? You don't talk much. But
Yeah,
you're
that's
happy,
my norm.
but you're in a that's your norm. Stop. But you're in a great mood. I love it, actually. I think a little bit of that's made you a better person.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I do. It's been really good for our relationship.
Good to know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, weed solves all problems.
When I stumble upon Hi Francisco, I'm gonna high five him.
Oh yeah, I do all the time. Do you not remember? I love it. But anyway, we've just been really busy, and then Fitish. We have all this holiday stuff coming out, new stuff, and scratch off tickets. People seem to be excited about these. We made scratch off tickets
so
for
cool.
every order.
I saw
They're cute,
them on
aren't
the table.
they?
Yeah.
They might all be winners. But I'm only saying that to this audience. Yeah. So it's you get one with every order, but they have cool stuff on them. So yeah, I thought that would be fun. It was
Millennials like that.
It was always a dream of mine. Actually, for years, my team has known because I'm obsessed with Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Willy Wonka, the original, more than any other. But I wanted to do golden tickets, but I could never really figure out like, well, what's the golden ticket prize? Like coming here, you know, it's not quite what going to Wonka's factory is. So this is kind of the alternative to that, doing a scratch off ticket. But I like the golden ticket idea is so fun and holiday themed. So yeah, so we have some good stuff going on, but a lot of
You need to get more Oompa Loompas to make it more of Charlie's factory.
Yeah, I think, is that frowned upon? What are they doing in the new one? There's a new one coming out, by the way, with Timothée Chalamet. It looks so weird though. It's a prequel to how Willy got, you know, to be who he is growing up. And Timothée Chalamet plays the prequel character. So it's an origin story. It's an origin story. Well, they touched on it with Johnny Depp and Tim Burton's version. Don't you remember? Why are we even talking about this if y'all don't care about this kind of movie? But I still like the Gene Wilder one. I mean, I like the OG one from the 70s, however long earlier than that. But yeah, the Tim Burton one, they said that the reason Willie became what he was is because his dad was a dentist and was like seemingly abusive and very strict, and he had headgear and he was never allowed to like eat any candy, and that's where that came from. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see if
I'm excited. When is it coming out?
I think Christmas. That would make the most sense. It's a weird feel good Christmas movie. We've gotten Remy into Grinch. Talk about Remy as we always do. I have successfully pivoted him from Halloween for the most part to Grinch.
So you think?
He likes Grinch. He likes Grinch because it's spooky. It's spooky. There's a little touch of spooky in it when you go up to the evil, the Grinch's, you know, lair in the.
Yeah,
rocks.
no, I think he's very into spooky.
Yeah. So he likes spooky still. I wore a black dress yesterday that I wore on Halloween, and he kept going, Halloween mama, Halloween mama, Halloween mama.
But he repeats things like 10 times.
I'm like, is he okay? I certainly hope he's okay. Fran and I got into, I want to ask y'all how you feel about this. And then of course, it didn't turn into a fight or anything, but Fran and I just don't see eye to eye on it. So we have finally had some clarity. We agree on it, I think, but we have made a decision on a school. It just feels right. I mean, we're still going to do the tour, even though him and I are familiar with the school. I've had some family go there, but we love this school. And so we've decided, I think this is it. We'll come to find out, they do rolling admission, right? So it's a Montessori style and they do rolling admission. So this would essentially mean he would start school, which they told me the other day, now, which is crazy because we weren't really planning on full school till next fall and with everywhere else we were looking. And the school application process is such a beatdown. I just cannot, and I know that a lot of y'all empathize with this. It's insane. And I just decided, this is part of the invisible load of motherhood that is often referenced and I just said to Fran, not to make him feel bad, but I'm like, I can't do this again in a few years. I mean, the amount of time I've spent at my office, like applications, writing the school, calling because they take note of that. Like, do you have any parent teacher things coming up and da 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 da. And then one of the schools is like, we never got your RSVP, or they're like, we're very full. I mean, some of the people are so rude. And it's like, as a first time parent, I have almost a spreadsheet of like who I contacted and when, and like, do I need to follow up? And like, even the Spanish school that I wanted him to go to. And they were like so rude to me. They were like, Jenna, you're 32nd in line. All I said was like, is there anything coming up? Like, it was the strangest response. And I was like, I know you're really full, but I'm just trying to understand, like, do we even bother spending the money?
It's just about the attitude. It's just that cocky attitude, like we are full.
I know everywhere's full, but anyway, so it's stressful. And then one of the schools that we liked, it only goes until kindergarten. I'm like, I'm not doing this again in a year or two, So anyway, so there's another school that we've just loved all along. So hopefully he's going to have the end, by that, it means he has to get into the toddler program. He would have to start in January, which is fine. I mean, I think he's ready.
And I think we should choose, go ahead.
No, go.
I think we choose the school, which I'm very happy because it was our option number one. And we just revise all other options because it's a very important decision to us. And it's the school that our friends' kids that we most like.
Yep.
We like the kids and they're well-rounded, how they are. That's where they're coming from.
Yeah.
So we're very excited about this situation.
Yeah, we love it. So anyway, but part of this, y'all, there's a family interview, which means Fran, Remy, and myself are going to go in next week and actually do an interview. And I joked about this with some family members. One of my siblings went there, and I remember being much younger when they joked about the interview of like buying him a suit. And it's like, what are they going to do? Are they going to hand him scissors and see if he can cut? I do not know what happens at this interview. And Fran goes, who cares? Me and like lots of people. And what if he has one of those days?
I've never said who cares.
No,
I said
you meant like he's not worried about it.
I'm absolutely not worried about it. I think we have a very bright kid, which is a 20-month-old. And like, if he doesn't know how to use scissors, he will learn. It's just a placement. So it's where they're going to place
about
him.
The scissors. What do you mean where they're going to place them? There's one class. So it is. They tell you not to stress about it, but it's definitely a behavior.
You choose to.
It's a behavioral check. And if he has a meltdown and he starts screaming, Halloween, mama, Halloween, mama, Halloween, mama, fuck, 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 because we say fuck all the time. And if he starts swearing that one moment in the interview, well, we've been good about it. We've been trying to be better. He threw something at my ankle the other day and I thought it broke my foot and I out of nowhere screamed that. And he kind of looked at me and I was just waiting on it to register. I do not know why he didn't repeat it. But yeah, Halloween, mama, Halloween, mama, Halloween, mama, shit, 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 like a little psychopath. He's not going to get in. So
then we'll hold him at home for a little longer.
I've been looking him in the eye and like, Remy, we're going to go to school next week. And he goes, school? I don't know if he knows what that is, but he's repeating me. He's saying school.
He thinks that you're saying is school.
It's school. It's school. So anyway, he has an interview and I got to get him an outfit. This is the thing. This is what the guys don't think about friends. Like, whatever, I'll meet you there. And I'm like, I got to get this little beast like looking good with his hair out of his eyes, an outfit on. Moms get it. Like I'm thinking not a button down because buttons are so hard to get down on their shirt and it'll stress them out as I'm trying to get him dressed. So I'm leaning towards a turtleneck because that's kind of funny and would be really cute with his little loafers. But I already have to think about what he's going to wear. And if he starts school, this kid does not have clothes to go to school, by the way. He looks like a little hobo.
They use uniforms.
I don't think they do. Mm-mm. So anyway, y'all get it. Y'all, you, some of the women out there, y'all understand that you're excited about something. And I recognize this isn't an SAT score, but it's still important, and I hope that he's feeling good.
He's going to feel good. He's a social butterfly.
Yeah, feeling good. And
I don't know about us. Like I'm going to be crying outside the school.
Oh my gosh, I know.
And this is another thing. I want your opinion. I want you all's opinion. DM me directly. I was with Jenna the other day in bed, and
where's this going?
Patience, my little grasshopper.
this morning when you gave me the wrap it up signal, because I took one sip of coffee in the middle of a story.
Yes,
Patience.
but it was the morning.
Yeah, sounds good. Okay, I just wanted to remind you of that. Okay.
You done?
Uh-huh.
Can I go move forward?
Yeah, but patience, baby.
Okay.
Patience.
So I need your all's opinion. Please DM me directly to know what you guys think. We were in bed the other day, and I'm very excited about school. I think he's ready. I think he's craving it. He's smart, and he wants to learn more. However, I have a hesitation, and it's not a strong hesitation. It's just a thought. And I was telling Jenna, it's like, hey, babe, he's going to be in school for around 20 years from January. Do we really want to push him to start this young if he's going to be in it for 20 more years in average? So,
but that's an interesting choice of words. You're saying push. And looking at him this morning, my mom was doing a craft with him. I get it. I understand. But this wasn't a disagreement we had, by the way. I understand.
No, it wasn't a disagreement.
What I was trying to explain to him.
And it's not that I'm leaning towards one way or another. I just want to understand, is this the right choice?
This is the dilemma we're in, which doesn't 100% make sense to me. And I know it will after a tour. The way rolling Montessori education works is that they have a cutoff at 2.2 years for the toddler program, which runs from 18 months to 3 years old. So apparently what happens here, which they were super nice about explaining it, and I'm sure we'll have a more fluent understanding of it after this weekend, but if he misses a cutoff when he's 26 months old. And so that she effectively told me that if we don't get him into the toddler program now, he wouldn't be old enough to start when they move them up. Because in Montessori, they're grouped, right? I don't know if a lot of y'all know about Montessori, or if you are in it and you're a fan of it, you're like, yeah, Joan, I already know. But it's, the 18 months to 3 years old, they're all in the same classroom. I mean, it may be a couple of classrooms, but all the ages are grouped together. And, that's not really the case with traditional school systems, where the other schools we've looked at, they're within 6 months age right now. And then going from there, it's obviously the school year, right? It's like grade 3, grade 4, grade 5. But with Montessori, between 18 months and 3, and then 3 to 6 years old before they start kindergarten, they're all in the same classroom. There's a lot of benefits, I believe. And, I don't fluently understand all of it. Like the younger kids learn from the older kids help the younger kids. They have a bunch of teachers in the room. They teach them differently, but they're all learning kind of similar things. Some more advanced than others, right? So she explained to me that because of his age, that if we don't put him in the toddler program to then roll into the 3 to 6, that he wouldn't be able to start in August because he's not 3 yet. But he's also too old to start the toddler program, because that's when they start rolling the toddlers into the next level. And so he wouldn't be able to start until the next year after he was 3 years old already, in the fall of 2025. So it's like now or 2 years from now. And it's now for me, and I know that sounds it does sound weird, but I'm sure there's a reason for it. And, but yeah, baby, y'all, let me remind you, this is 8 to 11:30 every day. Fran is stressed about 8 to 11:30. This isn't even full day. It's 8 to 11:30. We're not sending him off to college. You're acting like we're shipping him away. 3.5 hours of developmentally appropriate activities and other kids and lots of sickness.
I'm just afraid that my little John Sheldon is going to be in college when he's like 7.
3.5 hours. 3.5 hours.
Traumatic.
Cut back on the childcare expenses, other things. Yeah, it's 3.5 hours. Yeah, it's probably going to be a nightmare in the beginning. He's going to be very upset. And I think he's going to love it. I think he's going to thrive. And I think I'm going to get the flu every other week. But, here we are. Here we are, right? Yeah. This is how this goes. And I think but you know what? Fran is going through what I think a lot of parents go through with daycare, right? Like when we've been very fortunate to have this hybrid thing going on with a nanny and my mom and other activities and kind of this work from home on certain days of the week. So there's a whole village there taking care. But when both parents work out of the home every day, I mean, yeah, imagine that feeling, Fran. They have to start daycare at 6 months old. I mean, y'all did daycare, right? I mean, I know our producer had to do daycare because his wife's a teacher and, once she was off maternity leave, and then he's going into the office a lot. So, a lot of people will start daycare at 6 months old. Wow. Or younger, depending on when maternity, paternity leave's over. And I'm sure that's like really tough, because think about, you're dropping your kid off all day long. Really hard. really, really hard.
Yeah, but they're used to, like they have created, like, as we say in Spanish, they have already a callus. Like they already like have that muscle memory.
But they had to go through what you're about to experience,
Yes.
you weirdo.
But I had
so
more
tough.
time.
You're so cold when it comes to other people and their experiences, but now that it's you.
Yeah, because I cannot relate. Like, I'm not cold. I try to be as understanding as my relatability goes.
This morning, I actually want to speak about something that we love because the holidays are here. Gifts are super important. And Fran and I have been having this discussion lately about gifts in general. And I would love y'all's feedback. I posted a Q&A on my stories this week, actually. And I was saying some tips that I've heard from people about gift giving in general, which I think is super fascinating. And it's the time to start traditions now for us that he's kind of aware of Santa and things, and he won't remember all of this, but I want to start some traditions that don't involve overspending, that are more experience-based. I got great feedback, by the way, from some people about when they have kids that are a little bit older, they do experience gifts only. So like this year, the theme's music. So they get to pick like 2 concert tickets and like some band t-shirts. And then, and the husband and wife will do something similar with treating each other to an experience as a gift. And I think that is just an amazing idea. The other one that a lot of people do is the 4 gifts, like for immediate family, maybe not for little kids. I'm not talking about just Remy, but really for Fran and my mom and I to integrate, something you want, something you need, something to wear, and something to read. And I think that's super cool and nice. And I'm sure you expand on it here and there for your significant other, but I still like a theme idea like that. So
it's something you want.
Something like for you, not me, but right. Like you would buy your partner something you think they want, something they actually need, more practical, something to wear, and something to read.
Oh, that's super broad.
What?
Like something you want, like everything, anything.
Right. That's why. That gives you one good gift that's like really cool, or, something that's like a surprise, something to wear. I mean, it's just categorizing it to give people some idea. Cool. Right. Yeah, that's why it's important the order that you say it.
Seuss.
Fran, it's not my idea. Fran, this is not my idea. Everyone knows about this. But anyway, this morning my mom was doing a super cool craft with Remy, and it just dawns on me all the time how great a sponsor of the Fitish podcast is KiwiCo. Hands-on experiences, subscription boxes, these crates that come developmentally appropriate, because that's the thing, isn't it? When you're taking care of a child as they start to develop so rapidly, you don't know, and how should you know when you're not a trained professional or a teacher? How do you know what is challenging them and what is appropriate for them? And KiwiCo has it all figured out for you. 9 different subscription lines for different ages and categories, something for every kid, and you are gifting them a hands-on experience, something that you can do together. Of course, as the kids get older and they're teenagers, they might be a little too complicated for the parents. I'm worried about that, right? No, that they're building little rocket ships and engineering and science experiments and stuff, but so much fun. Yeah, really fun hands-on projects that are also kind of catered to not just, as I was saying, developmentally like age appropriate, but also their interest level, right? If you have a boy or a girl, or depending what they're into. When Remy was an infant and we got the panda crate, because I'm thinking, what does an infant need? There are black and white flashcards. It's more sensory based for them. There was this little braided like knit ball that he just loved to shake. And so, for that, it's a lot about just developing all of their senses. Now, of course, there's things that are more involved with kind of like categories and puzzles and then counting and things of that nature. So this is just such a great gift, either for your own family or for the friend in your life that has kids. Unwrap more than a gift. Deliver hands-on fun with KiwiCo. Get your first month free on any crate line at kiwico.com/Fitish. That's your first month free at kiwico.com/Fitish. So, lots of good gift ideas. I want to say to Fran publicly, as I've said to him privately, I'm totally dropping the ball on your 40th birthday. And I feel that there's so much pressure. I used to be, or I am a really good gift giver, but when our life has changed so much, with the house, and I'm not making excuses. I mean, I'm still going to celebrate your birthday. I think for months, I've been talking to him. What do you want to do? And we are much more experienced gifters as well. taking a trip together, doing something meaningful. But so many people, you see people doing 40th birthday trips, having all their friends go out of town and doing all of this. And Fran and I just like aren't in that place right now of, just from a time perspective, you have had so much going on, he's been going to Austin twice a week, overnights, very last second. So I had worked on a Mexico City trip for us, was going to invite some friends if they wanted to come. We cannot figure out a date. I have a lot going on with work as well. So, then we agreed to just do a 40th together because mine's in May. So we're like, let's just do something next summer together where we get to go together. But then again, with yours being the one that's coming up first.
So here's the thing. I told you not to worry about it, and I've been honest about it.
I'm worried about it.
I know, and I tell you not to.
I'm worrying.
So I think 40 is not the relevant number. I think 40, it's a number, not a relevant one.
What's the relevant number?
41. Because 41 means that you survived 40. Like 40, you go
so I have a year.
Into the unknown.
A year's great. I have some stuff I can do.
You go into this like little area where you're a different decade.
Listen to me, though. Do you know what I mean about a birthday present? Like, okay, every other holiday, every other birthday, a present is great, like anything, right? But there's something that with the 30 and the 40 and the 50, there just seems to be more inherent pressure on it because, for instance, the trip to Mexico would be great, plan some stuff. I know you would have loved that, but, we're not executing that. Your birthday is literally right after Thanksgiving. So it's like really hard for people to get together. Then you start going, okay, a tangible gift, something that he would really love. And if one more person tells me to buy him a Rolex, like we are not doing that. And he has watches. I do not know what kind of watch he will want, nor do I.
But I like the way you think.
Nor do I have that level of budget to buy him a Rolex. But so then, experiences aside, if we're going to postpone and do a mutual experience, I still want to acknowledge your birthday. So I don't want to tell you one of my ideas because I may be able to execute it, but it's something super meaningful and cool, but I cannot get it done in time. So then you think about a deadline. If I can't get it done for your birthday and it's not a trip or something, then what's the point, right? Like if it's going to be like a month or two after your birthday, then I don't even know if that is a good gift right now. Christmas is coming up. And then I thought about an infrared in the garage. I was going to get this installed, like one of those infrared booths in our garage, which are amazing. But then I realized, would you even use that? Do you like it? I mean, you're super into health and wellness, but then I start doubting the gifts I have in mind because I'm like, it's just another gift, right? It's just spending money on something that
again, like we don't need to stress, like this gifting thing is something that clinch worthy.
It's one of my love languages. It's one of my love languages. Well, gifting is one of my love languages and I love it. And it's like, you don't want to be
enjoying that so much. Just go for the Rolex. It's just fucking.
I would if I had the money. If I had the money, I would work harder. Fuck off. Fuck off. Yeah, I'm working harder to pay for Remy's fucking Montessori school. No,
No, that's how we are working harder. You work harder for the Rolex.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. I really
don't even go there
care
right now if you want to have an argument about that. I know you don't care, but I care. And I think, as I've said, I'm trying to put myself in your shoes when I think about my 40th. Come and go, man. I just want it to here we are. Bye. I truly feel that way. Like I don't expect some huge gift or anything like that.
If I were to want my gift to be come and go, that is already next. Because we've been talking about it for the past 2 years,
No, we haven't.
You've been telling me that I'm 40 since I've been 37.
Because when we are in an argument and you act like a 5-year-old, I just like to make you very aware that you are a 40-year-old grown man. So that's why I use that number. Because when you say something childish, I like to say, you are a 40-year-old man. Act like it.
Cool. So don't worry about it. I think we're good. And we just do it as it comes,
Okay, well, sounds good, I guess. Then we'll just pick us up some McDonald's nuggies and
That sounds
fries with
amazing.
100 ingredients, and we'll just like eat in bed. That sounds nice. then,
Yeah,
okay?
no, that's great for sure. And it's just not a big deal. Like it is a big deal to like, and we'll do something. We'll have dinner. We'll cook something. But we are so swamped.
I know.
I think
Okay, I'm glad. Then we're on the same page.
the most important thing is just to overcome
We're on the same-
what we're doing.
Yeah. Because I feel this way about birthdays now with a child, and I know what you mean. Like, it's so enjoyable just to have moments with him and be together. And, you know, Fran and I, and no judgment to other parents, because I'm just not a judgmental person and I can only speak to our experience. But Fran's friends the other night that were at our house thought we were insane when I was telling them. And I love being able to be like super honest. That, you know how that's a friend when you can be honest about how you are and they can kind of make fun of you for it. But at least I'm just being very honest. They were talking about your birthday and they were like, okay, Fran's 40th. What are you going to do, Jenna? What are you going to do? And I'm like, don't stress me out. And oh, we should all go on a trip. We should all do this. Oh, y'all should go book this hotel in Mexico. We loved it. And it's like a super fancy hotel. And I was like, yeah, we would love it. And they're like, you just need to go, leave Remy here, go. And I went, oh, no, y'all. So that's when I had to take a moment and go, y'all don't understand. Like, we don't want to leave Remy. And I get it that some couples are like, you do it for the relationship. We probably should do it for the relationship. We would probably need it. But Fran and I are, at least the one thing about you and I think we are both fully self-aware enough and smart enough to know from our one little night that we would go out of town. We could be in the sexiest place ever together, and all we would do the whole time is talk about Remy. The only way we can even successfully travel is when we're swamped. You know what I mean? So like he goes out of town for work. I've been out of town for work for like 24 hours, 18 hours. And you send me photos of Remy. I tear up when I'm leaving and then I get home to him. But if you and I are there with nothing to do but each other and to relax.
Yeah, we were laughing. It was a little bit sad, but we were laughing. Like going in a trip, just the two of us.
Just the two of us?
What do we do?
To lay there and like sleep and talk. We would miss him so much. And your friends, Andre and Rodrigo, were like, y'all, you have to go. And I go, no. We've done this one time. They go, yeah, you went to a wedding in San Miguel. And I go, yeah, do you know what we did? We went to Mexico City. We took Francisco's parents with us. We bought them a hotel room next door to ours. We left Remy at 5:00 to go to a wedding. We said goodnight. All we did at the wedding was Fran showed photos of him to the people sitting next to us. Amazing wedding guests we are. We went home early from the wedding.
We sneaked out
We slipped out at 10:00. They hadn't even gotten into the full Mexican flair of the wedding. I don't even think I had a carajillo at that point, which maybe a sip of one. And then we were like, let's get out of here. And so then your parents were sleeping. All we wanted was to know that he was okay. So then you and I stayed up till 2:00 in the morning looking at photos of Remy. That was our one night away from Remy, and he was next door to us. So y'all, a flight somewhere else with nothing to do, not happening. At least we know each other well enough that we don't want to do that yet. Maybe, does that time come for parents? Does that come at some point?
I don't know.
Or does it just...
I'm pretty sure. Like, I'm pretty
Teenagers.
sure. Yeah,
You're
no,
like,
I'm pretty sure
beat
it's going
it.
to come so much faster than his teenage years. Like,
we're going to get on the podcast next week and be like, y'all, we have decided to go on a trip alone together.
we're
Remy.
leaving the kid with my parents for a month. It's not Remy anymore, it's the kid.
Yeah, his mom tries to encourage us all the time. Come to Mexico City, leave Remy here. Y'all go to the beach for a night or two. You come back. And Fran and I go, leave him here. No. Even though it's a pain in the ass sometimes and it's not vacation to be with your kid out of town, we still just enjoy it so much. We just want to punish ourselves. Yeah. We don't want to go without him.
It's just crazy. I think we're crazy.
Okay, then I'm going to come up with something like homey and cool to do for the birthday. And then we'll celebrate next summer.
Either that or a trip on the beach, but anyhow.
I gotta go. You gotta go. I'll see you later. We'll
Okay.
see you all next week. We are actually gonna have the speech therapist, the professional, and I'm so giving her title wrong, and I apologize. She is gonna be joining the show next week, which is really exciting.
I'm so excited.
So we're gonna have a little interview about speech tips, which is very niche. So for those of you
And
with a
do
child,
DM me to see if I'm crazy or not about
school.
Just, I want to know your perspective. I know everybody's different, but I want to weigh this with you guys. You guys take care.
Bye.